Hey, you guys, it's me, Patrice Jackson, a.k.a. Miss Savvy Pro, and we are here with one of the interviews for the Purpose Matters Project. Yes, we are here with Coach Andre and Miss Kimberly, and they are going to talk about their purpose and why they're part of the project and how much and why purpose matters to them. I'm super excited to talk to them and hear their perspective and hear, how they got started and things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and jump into the interview, you guys. And remember that if you have any questions, we'll have this on YouTube. You can put the questions out there or whatever the case may be. So let's go ahead and introduce them. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Andre. How are you?
Hey, good.
Hello.
I am so glad we get to have this interview, get it all before we had a couple of technical difficulties, but those are behind us. And we are going to interview you guys and ask you, why do you think purpose matters?
I just said I was going to let him go first, and he pointing to me. So I think purpose matters because oftentimes when you feel like you are walking kind of blindly, you don't feel like you have direction or a point or a purpose. But once you know your purpose, it gives you more confidence. You can move in a stronger direction, in a direction with goals and meet those goals and objectives because you have a purpose. And so purpose definitely matters. There's no small purpose, just like all purpose, ends up to being a greater purpose for a greater good. So even if your purpose is that, I'm told I'm a bubbly person, and so I make people smile and happy, and that's my purpose, and I own that. And so you have some people whose purpose is giving. So that might seem small to others because they're not maybe the owner of Facebook or something, but their purpose definitely matters because we need the little man to help support the arms of the big man.
Yeah, definitely. I would just dovetail on that and just say I like what Kimberly said about direction. Purpose for me is all about just having a direction, knowing or at least seeing a direction in which you can go if you want to go, and that's important. When you have a direction that you want to go in, you can implement things such as discipline. You can have other people that maybe have a similar purpose, and you can have a shared purpose. But just that focus and that direction, I think, is the importance of purpose itself.
You know what? And I like that you both said that, having that direction and having that one thing that you can kind of focus on. And I think when you have that focus of whatever your purpose is, what you're put on this earth to do, what sets your soul on fire, it's also a foundation too, so anytime you may get a little bit off kiltered or get away from it, you can go back there to this foundation and be like, okay, this is where we started, let's keep going. This is, and it seems like it's kind of the place you're going as well as the foundation of where you started, so that you continue to be like that ripple in the pond, that piece of the community that's making a difference together.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So now with you guys, you both have two different purposes, but you put those two different purposes together to build with teaching people how to swim, but also as a relationship as well, right?
Absolutely. I always say that he is water and I'm fire because he's calm and I'm like fiery. But he actually says when it comes to the purpose that I'm the air to his fire. Because, you need to use the air to blow to create the fire, and that's how I brought his purpose out of him. And for me, he was my purpose because I thought I was just going for swim lessons, and we always laughed because the first thing he told me was, you jump in feet first, don't you? And I said, yeah. He's like, you do that in this water, you're going to drown. So we always tease about that because then that started to really make me do some self-reflection and self-evaluation on how to slow down, be more patient, and create a different avenue and road for myself, which also brought a lot of clarity for me and began to change my life inside my career, just get more focused on my end. And then on his end, he was able to do, I'm the business part of the business, and he's the teaching part, and so I was able to bring some of that fire, which I'll let him tell his own story, out of him. So, yeah, we definitely had our own individual purposes. I was just going to learn to swim, and he probably just thought I was cute and wanted to teach me. But it started to develop into a really strong friendship first, then business relationship, and now partnership in all three aspects. So we never saw that coming. You know, it was just, hey, two people who worked at a college trying to, you know, meet each other for swimming purposes, and that was it. And then that purpose grew, and I pulled purpose out of him, and he pulled purpose out of me.
Yeah, I would definitely say, I mean, when we first met, like Kimberly said, it was, you know, at the pool, and I was helping instruct her. So I've always had a passion for that. You know, I've done that throughout my life since I was a teenager, just helping people with just the knowledge base that I had, knowing how to swim and being able to teach as well. And I would always swim and work out and things like that. I understood the importance of especially all people, but definitely African Americans, because our population, especially here in the United States, you know, we have the highest drowning rates and the highest percentage of people who don't know how to swim. So I always knew that was very important, that when I would instruct or teach one of us, I had a passion for that as well. But I instruct, you know, any and everybody. But so I had this skill I knew I had this skill to teach, but I never looked at it in a business sense. So when I met Kimberly, and she opened me up to a whole nother perspective, like I never imagined what I'm doing now, this wasn't even something I contemplated at all. Like it wasn't even in an imagination of mine. But once I got with her and she started opening me up mentally to, you can put this into more of a business model and have a greater impact with your teaching. And so and that took a while for that to happen.
Lord, did it ever.
That took a long while for it to happen. Mentally, I had been in a funk for some years. So it took a while, a lot of convincing for me to even get to that point. But once I did, thankfully.
What's my name?
What you mean?
What you call me? Because of that funk.
Oh, I call her the funk breaker. Yeah, she broke that funk, Miss Funk Breaker. But yeah, once that did happen, I mean, you know, and then I saw how we could have it together as we in a shared purpose. You know, I just had one purpose. You know, she was doing her thing, but once our purposes came together, that made the experience that much more powerful. And so once Rhythm and Stroke was born, just the energy and my passion ignited, and my fire ignited even more so. So like she was saying, that air. So her thoughts and everything that she was, you know, giving to me started to fan the flames, you know, on the inside of me. And so that passion started to grow. And that's why we are where we are at this point now, being able to help a lot more people. We got a lot further to go, most definitely. But like that purpose, so I started to have I started to find more meaning in the purpose of teaching people how to swim. So I had more direction when I met her. So she even made me have more laser focus. So my purpose became, I guess, even more purposeful, I'll say, because I knew I had a clearer direction. I knew it was going to take some work. We're definitely not where we want to be, but we're in a very good place. We're still moving forward. We're still growing. But now we have a more laser-like focus. And so I just stay positive and thank my queen, Kimberly the Funk Breaker, as we move forward and continue to grow.
I love the story. I love hearing, you know, your version of the story, your different versions of the story, and how you guys came together. And one of the two things that I got out of that I want to bring out of it is two things. One is that during this process of finding your purpose, you meet people, regardless of how the relationship, you know, grows, but you meet people that will give your purpose meaning, right? Help you give it meaning, help you understand what it is. So that's why it's really important to share it, to share who you are, share with your purpose, because you never know, one, who you will inspire, two, who you will meet, and that who can inspire you. So I love that portion and what I got out of what you guys were saying. And then, two, the journey, that when you're finding your purpose, it's not like, okay, you find your purpose, and you're like, okay, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. But it doesn't end there. There's a journey that never stops. You continue to learn about who you are and grow within your purpose and your gift that God has given to you. And it seems like that's what you both are doing in so many different ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it changes, like you said, and evolves. And I said in the other interview, my mom says you never know who your angel is. And don't be afraid to encourage someone else. And I'm bossy, so it's not hard for me to push somebody into something that I see. But a lot of times people are reserved. They see something, they just assume that the other person knows that that's their talent or that that's their gift. But you'll be surprised. Most times, the people who are the most gifted in an area, it's hidden. And sometimes my cousin says, she thinks God hides some of the things so that we don't become cocky about it and we don't become arrogant and say, yes, I did this, I gave myself this. And so oftentimes you see some of the best singers who don't think they can sing, or some of the best artists who don't think that they're talented. And it's because they don't see it the same way others see it. So don't just assume someone knows that they have that talent. Continue to encourage them, continue to push them, continue to help them find that purpose and bring that purpose out.
Yeah, and within that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. And within that, it's a long story, but I'm not going to share the long, but just the short of it is, once Kimberly and I came together on the business aspect as well and started to move forward, the places where I was working, there was a lot of, I would say, drama like most people have in the workplace. But one thing I found was that as she kept encouraging me, and then I was taking the action steps to move in my purpose, to get my certifications and to continue teaching people and teaching more classes, and we're building more classes. And the situations that were around me in the work environment, the drama, things that were going on, as time went on, I really got to see to acknowledge that I was moving in my purpose, because I saw how God started to move like a master chess player, certain negative pieces that were blocking things up out of the way. And I mean, he moved a lot of pieces, a whole lot of pieces, so that to position me so that I could really step into my authority and, utilize the gift that he's given me in a more, using my full potential in a big way, basically, I'll say that. But it took some time. It took, a few years for that to happen. But when I look back at what had happened, I said, my goodness, God moved because Kimberly came into my life and helped me get my butt moving in a certain way. Then God started removing all of these different pieces that were blocking things up, and so that I could be a blessing to a whole bigger group of folks. And so that's why I say, when a lot of times, you have individual purpose, but when your purpose is shared with somebody as well, it's just, man, it ignites you in a whole nother kind of way. If you're blessed enough to have that kind of situation happen to you. So I definitely acknowledge that, I knew I had this skill. I knew I had a gift to be able to teach in the way that I do. But when I saw how God actually moved certain pieces around, the things that I know in my mind couldn't even contemplate, I said, my goodness. I said, well, this is it. This is the path I'm supposed to be on. It just was verification and clarification, because a lot of times on that journey, like you were talking about, sometimes you wonder. You be like, is this okay? I know I'm making some progress, but you're always going to have hurdles, obstacles, things in your way, and it may bring some self-doubt to you. But I didn't let that stop me. And once I looked back and saw how, again, God moved certain things out of the way so that I could be positioned and shown favor to continue my teaching in the way that I'm doing currently and definitely in the future. There's nothing like it. So it just solidified my belief in myself and the purpose and the shared purpose that we have.
Wow, I love it. I love the fact that you guys are part of this project because, like you said, you know, sometimes when you, like you said, you get this vision, you're like, this is my purpose, and God reveals these things to you, and you think, like, well, this is what you said that I was going to be able to do, but you can sometimes get frustrated and, like you said, doubtful and along the way. But when you just hold on to faith and be, okay, this is what you said, you may have those times, but he will reveal, he will send people to you that will help you realize those visions. So it's important, you heard it here, it's important to just be patient, hold on to your faith, and just know that if you got this vision, you got it for a reason. Maybe God just has not sent that special person to help you realize what it is, but just be patient and stay focused and stay and make sure that you continue to surround yourself with meaningful, purpose-filled, supportive people, and you never know who one of those people would truly be to you in your life. So thank you guys for being part of the Purpose Matters Project. I really enjoy your story and enjoy your purpose, and I thank you guys for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Tell us, where can we find you if we want to learn how to swim or just learn what you do? Where can we find your information?
Okay, you can visit our website at www.rhythmandstroke.com. You can also shoot us an email at RhythmandstrokeLLC@yahoo.com. And then you can send us or you can call us at 216-309-AQUA, AQUA.
All right, you guys, you heard it here. If you do not know how to swim, you need to call them. Even if you know how to swim, but maybe you're someone who loves to vacation. And you know when you go on vacation, they have all those excursions and all those different things you can do. Just imagine how safe and how much more fun you will have if you get taught by an expert in swimming. And that would be, I'm just thinking like that would be perfect. You would feel so much more secure and confident. And swimming is a wonderful exercise. It exercises your whole body. I'm sure Coach Andre can tell you. So whatever it is that you're looking for, go ahead and go over to their page, like their page, see what they're doing. They're always putting videos out there, so you'll be really entertained, and you'll see exactly what they're doing.